Welcome to Narayana online digital classes. Today I brought some important questions and examples of double titration and other different titration method examples. Now we will see one by one. Yes, you see question number 1, both Na2CO3 and NaHCO3 are present in an aqueous solution in the presence of phenolphthalein indicator. 10 ml of this solution requires 2.5 ml of 0.1 H2SO4. After this methyl orange is added in the same solution, you please observe the point. After this methyl orange is added in the same solution and titration requires 5 ml of H2SO4. Then calculate the concentration of Na2CO3 and sodium bicarbonate in gram per liter. That means he is asking strength of the sodium bicarbonate and strength of the sodium carbonate. Yes, actually the main purpose of this double titrations are to know the percentage composition of alkali mixture. You know the principle involved in that also. In the phenolphthalein indicator, the first endpoint occurs with phenolphthalein. What is the main things present? If you use phenolphthalein indicator endpoint, according to the principle of double titrations, at phenolphthalein indicator endpoint, milli equivalence of HCl used is equal to, what is that? Sodium carbonate and sodium bicarbonate. Only sodium carbonate is half of the sodium carbonate undergoes neutralization, no effect of sodium bicarbonate. Why? The pH of sodium carbonate is 7.3, but the pH range of the phenolphthalein indicator is what is that? 8.3 to 10.1. So half milli equivalence of sodium carbonate. So here used is H2SO4 na? Instead of HCl we have used H2SO4. That is why milli equivalence of H2SO4 used is equal to half milli equivalence of sodium carbonate. Now milli equivalence of H2SO4, they given that 0.1 into 2 is the end factor and 2.5 ml of H2SO4. Now milli equivalence of half milli equivalence of Na2CO3. For my convenience, milli equivalence of let us milli equivalence of Na2CO3 as X and milli equivalence of NaHCO3 as Y. Then in the first one only half milli equivalence of Na2CO3 only neutralizes, that is half neutralization only takes place here the phenolphthalein indicator, and now half into what is that Nana? X. That is you got X by 2 value. 25 2s are 50, that is 5.0 into 0.1 0.5, that is 0.5 X by 2. So X by 2 is equal to, you got 25 2s are 50, 50 means 5.0, 5.0 into 0.1 0.5, so that is X by 2. From that you can calculate X value also. X equal to 0.5, you put aside, X equal to 0.5 into 2, that is 1.0. X is nothing but milli equivalence of sodium carbonate. Milli equivalence of sodium carbonate is equal to 1.0. You know the logic. Okay. Now milli equivalence of sodium carbonate, you know. Milli equivalence formula means normality into volume in milliliter is equal to 1.0. Now normality is into volume of the H2, what is that? Solution is a phenolphthalein indicator 10 ml. 10 is equal to 1, then normality is equal to 1 by 10, that is equal to 0.1. So, normality of sodium carbonate you got that 0.1. If you know the normality, you can calculate the strength. Strength in grams per liter, yes or no? Then normality into equivalent weight. Normality you got 0.1 and equivalent weight of sodium carbonate 106 by 2, that is equal to 53, that is equal to 5.3 gram per liter. Got it answer? So, the strength of the sodium carbonate is equal to 5.3 gram per liter. Now, you come for what is that? Sodium bicarbonate. For the, this is what they given? This is phenolphthalein indicator point. Now, we are going to make methyl orange, okay, methyl orange indicator end point. Here you please observe that it is not a separate titration, it is a titration takes place in the same volumetric flask, that is nothing but a conical flask. That is the reason why the milli equivalence of H2SO4 used is equal to what is that? Milli equivalence of sodium carbonate is already half is over, that mean remaining x by 2 plus sodium bicarbonate completely going to be complete, that is equal to y. So, milli equivalence of H2SO4 equal to half neutralization of the sodium carbonate and the remaining neutralization of sodium bicarbonate is completely takes place. That is why milli equivalence of H2SO4 used is equal to half the milli equivalence of sodium carbonate plus complete neutralization of sodium bicarbonate takes place. That is why milli equivalence of sodium bicarbonate. Now, milli equivalence of H2SO4, what they given for the next one? 5 ml, 5 into what is that molarity? That is 0.1 into 2 is equal to x by 2. X by 2 value is equal to already 0.5, that is the reason why I kept like this, and now y. 2 5s are 10, 10 into 0.11, 1 minus 0.5, that is equal to 0.5 is y. Y is nothing but milli equivalence of sodium carbonate. If you know milli equivalence, automatically you can calculate what is that normality also. That is normality into 10. Why? 10 ml is the mixture of the solution, that is equal to 0.5. Then normality of sodium bicarbonate is equal to 0.05. You got the normality of sodium bicarbonate. After that, strength in gram per liter, that is normality 0.05 and its gram equivalent weight. Gram equivalent weight of sodium bicarbonate, that is nothing but 23 plus 1 plus 12 plus 48. Yes or no? That is equal to 8 plus 2 10, 10 plus 14, okay, 4 plus 2 6, 84. Yes or no? 84. 84 you have to multiply. Why it is? Normality into its equivalent weight. After doing so, you will get that 4.2 gram per liter. That is 5 by, you can write 5 by 100 into 84 like that. You will get that answer 4.2 gram per liter. Okay, that is normality into equivalent weight. I got the answer that 4.2 gram per liter. Simply the normality you calculated is important. That is 0.5 by 10. That is equal to 0.05. Normality you got. Next, strength is equal to what is that? Normality into equivalent weight. Equivalent weight of sodium bicarbonate you have to substitute here. Okay. Then equivalent weight of sodium bicarbonate is equal to that molecular weight by 1. Yes or no? Like that you got the answer. Okay. Here this is the problem how we are doing for that strength of the solution. Now you go for the next question, student. A mixture containing 1 mole of each Fe plus 2 and Fe plus 3 ions, volume of 1 m KnO4 required by mixture in the oxidation of the given mixture is. Yes, a mixture contain 1 mole each of Fe plus 2 and Fe plus 3 ions and the volume of 1 m KMnO4 required. Yes, this is 1 mole is present, this is also 1 mole is present. That is nothing but number of milli equivalents of Fe plus 2 plus number of milli equivalents of Fe plus 3 is equal to number of milli equivalents of KMnO4. Yes or no? So, milli equivalence of Fe plus 2 plus milli equivalence of Fe plus 3 is equal to number of equivalents of KMnO4. Then you equate that a mixture contain 1 mole of each. So, Fe plus 2 become Fe plus 3 because KMnO4 oxidizes Fe plus 2 to Fe plus 3, but Fe plus 3 remains unchanged. Why? It is already in oxidation state. Now milli equivalents, okay, now milli equivalents they asked you that. Then 1 into what is that? Number of moles is 1 mole into what is the change? 3 minus 2, 1 plus, okay, number of moles, okay, number of moles into n factor plus number of milli equivalents, okay, number of milli equivalents of Fe plus 3, that is 1 into 0. Sir, why 1 into 0, sir? Here the total change is 0, 3 to 3, 3 minus 3 0 into 1000. Why? You are writing milli equivalents is equal to number of equivalents of KMnO4, 1 into KMnO4 in acidic medium the number n factor is always 5 into what is that? Volume in milliliter. Then what is the total thing? 1000 is equal to 5 into VML, then volume is equal to 200 ml. So the answer is 200 ml. So 200 ml of solution. Why you are multiplying with 1000? We are writing in milli equivalents, that is right. So n into 1000 into n factor. Okay, we are getting the answer 200 ml. Now you go for the next one. That is what volume of 0.1 m KMnO4? What volume of 0.1 m KMnO4 is needed to oxidize 5 milligram of ferrous sulfate oxalate in acid medium? Okay, approximately the ferrous oxalate weight also they given, don't worry. So what volume of KMnO4? Yes, that means milli equivalence of KMnO4 is equal to milli equivalence of ferrous oxalate, that is FeC2O4. Okay, for KMnO4 what happened? MnO4 minus become Mn plus 2 in the reaction. MnO4 minus 1 become Mn plus 2. The n factor for this one is equal to 7, 1 into 2 minus 1, sorry, 1 into 2 minus 1 into 5, 1 into 2 minus 1 into 7 is equal to 5 n factor. Ferrous oxalate, here is the important point, every student should observe, Fe plus 3 plus CO2 will occur. So here iron to iron plus 3, here each iron is plus 2, that is 3 minus 2 is equal to 1. Here carbon is here 2 carbons are there, that is why you must place 2 carbons. Then 2 into 4 minus 2 into 3, why it is here each carbon is plus 3, then the total change becomes equal to, the total change is equal to 2. So the total n factor is equal to 1 plus 2, that is equal to 3. So ferrous oxalate, if it is oxidized, then the total n factor is equal to 3. Why, sir? 2 2 become 3 oxidation, 3 2 plus 4 oxidation. Here in the ferrous oxalate the 2 elements are undergoing oxidation. So the n factor is the sum of the 2 n, what is that? Electron change, 1 plus 2 3. Now you come here, milli equivalents of KMnO4. They asked you find that what volume of, that is volume into n factor 5 into 0.1 is equal to milli equivalents of FeC2O4, they given in milligrams, they given in milligram, convert them into gram, 5 into 10 power minus 3 by what is that, weight by gram molecular weight. Why? Milli equivalents, number of moles by what is that, number of millimoles into n factor. Number of moles mean weight by gram molecular weight. Gram molecular weight is 144 into n factor. N factor is equal to for 3 into, we have to write 1000. Why ma? Milli equivalents, number of moles into n factor into 1000. Okay. Then volume in milliliter. After doing so, you will get that answer 0.208 you will get. Answer you will get that 0.208. So, weight by what is a gram molecular weight, number of moles into n factor into 1000. After doing so, cancel 15 3s are, what is that, 15 3s are 5 gets cancelled, otherwise you can do like that, 3 by 14.4, 3 by 14.4 is equal to 0.208. Got my point? This is the answer. But the thing important is here n factor calculation. So, if you know the perfect n factor, then only you will give the answer perfectly. Now, you go for the next question. 500 ml 0.1 m KCl, 200 ml 0.01 NaNO3 and 500 ml 0.1 m AgNO3. Once again you see student, KCl plus NaNO3 plus AgNO3. Yes or no? Upon mixing together, what happened? This Cl minus and Ag will be precipitate as AgCl. Still there will be a K plus ion, still there will be a Na plus ion, still there will be a NO3 minus ion. Yes or no? That means the AgCl will be precipitate, and in the solution who will be only present? In the solution these only present as ions, but this will be precipitate out. Understood? So, the molarity of the solution due to K plus, Na plus and NO3 minus ion, but not due to, what is that? But not due to, what is that, Anna? Ag and Cl. Now, KCl they given how much? 500 ml 0.1. Now, I want to calculate. So, there is no need to calculation of Ag and Cl minus. Now, you go for K plus, molarity of K plus, molarity of the resultant mixture is equal to molarity of the resultant. Who will be present? 500 ml into 0.1 m by the total volume become what happening? 500 plus 200 plus 500, that is equal to 50 by 1200. 50 by 1200 is equal to 0.04. This is the concentration of the molarity of K plus. If you go for the next one, what is that? Na plus concentration. How much Na plus they are given? That is 200 into 0.01 by the total volume become 1200. That value become equal to 0.00166. Now, if you want to go for NO3 minus ion concentration, here NO3 from here, NO3 from here, two things are there, that is equal to 200 into 0.01 plus what is that? 500 into 0.1 by 1200, that is concentration of K plus ion by volume, concentration of Na plus ion by volume, that is number of moles, that is nothing but number of moles by volume, that is called concentration. Number of moles of NO3 minus ion, this plus this by this. Now, you will get the answer is 0.04333. You got the answer? Sir, is there any Ag plus and Cl minus? No. So, this option is not there. This option is not there. How could you say, sir? Here Ag plus is there, here Ag plus is there, here Cl minus is there. This option also not there. Without doing problem also, you can directly say the answer 3, sir, B. How, sir? Ag plus concentration will not be there. Ag plus concentration will not be there, Cl minus concentration will not be there. So, answer concentration of only these are present. Without doing the problem also you can get the answer B. Now you go for next question. 100 ml of 0.1 m aqueous ferric alum solution. Ferric alum solution. Here that is the important point. Okay. In ferric alum, okay, what happened there? Instead of aluminium, who will be there? Fe plus 3 is there. Is completely reduced to iron. That means Fe plus 3 completely reduced to Fe plus 2. In the ferric alum, how many irons are there? 2 irons will be there. Why nana? M, what is the Rm formula? M 2SO4 M dash, okay, SO4 taken thrice 24H2O. That is, M is a monovalent metal, M dash is a trivalent metal, monovalent, trivalent. These trivalent metals are how many are here? 2 are there. That is 2 Fe plus 3 become 2 Fe plus 2. Then N factor is equal to 2 into 2 minus 2 into 3, that is equal to 2. So, for ferric alum, the iron N factor, that is the change in alum N factor is equal to 2. Now you directly write milli equivalence of, what is that nana? Alum is equal to milli equivalence of, what is that? KMnO4. In acidified KMnO4, always the N factor is equal to 5. Molarity they given 0.1 into volume we have to find out N factor 5. Milli equivalence of alum. Milli equivalence of alum means 100 into 0.1 into N factor is equal to 2. Okay, N factor is equal to 2. After doing so, all of them you will get that. Okay, you will get that volume is equal to 40 ml. That is the answer. Simply you can do, that is 0.1, no 0.1 cancel, 100 into 2, is it right? 5 20s are 22s are 40, that is equal to, answer become 40 ml. I thought understood everybody. So here in this question the logic is the conversion in ferric alum. What is ferric alum? In that ferric alum, what is the change in N factor? That is change in number of electron per molecule or per mole is how much? 2. Got my point? Now you go for the next problem. Yes. What volume of 0.2 m barium permanganate solution is required for complete oxidation of 25 gram 89.6% pure ferric chromate, ferrous chromate in acidic medium according to the reaction. Now you observe the change in, okay, change in for N factor. You observe the manganate N factor, and what we are writing, milli equivalence of, what is that, MnO4 minus is equal to milli equivalence of ferrous chromate. Yes or no? To write that one, first you should know N factors. How to know N factor? Here, barium permanganate. Per molecule, how many manganetes are there? 2. That is 2 MnO4 minus, yes, Ba plus 2 MnO4 minus become 2 Mn plus 2. Then the N factor is equal to, sir, why do you collected 2? Because per molecule, per mole, okay, per molecule it has 2 manganese. That is the reason I am taking 2 here. That is 2 into 2 minus 2 into 7, that is equal to 10. Now you see oxalate in acidic medium, that is FeCr2O4, okay, becomes Fe plus 3 plus chromium become chromium plus 3. Here Fe plus 2 C2O4, that is equal to minus 2, 4 2s are minus 8, that is chromiums are Here chromium is equal to plus 6, then each chromium 3, that is 2 chromiums. Got my point? So, what volume of solution is required? Complete oxidation of this pure acidic medium. Yes, oxidation means, yes, Cr plus 6. Here N factor for iron, that is 3 minus 2 is equal to 1. N factor for chromium 3 to 6, that is 2 into 6 minus 2 into 3, that is equal to 6. The total N factor is equal to 1 plus 6, that is equal to 7. Yes, N factor for this iron chromate, what is that? Iron ferrous chromate is 7, because iron was oxidized, chromium was oxidized, their total N factor is 7. So, this is important and this is important. Now, you substitute there, that is equal to 0.2 into volume, okay, that is, you carefully observe, that is 0.2 into volume of mLs into what is the N factor? 10 is equal to milliequivalents. Milliequivalents, is it given in molarity or normality? No, grams they given. Then they given grams of weight by what you have to write? Gram equivalent weight. Which weight they given? 25 grams of 89.6% is pure only. That means the pure amount is 25 into 89.6 by 100. This is the weight of the pure ferrous chromate by weight by what is that? Gram number of equivalents, weight by gram equivalent weight, okay na, weight by gram equivalent weight, gram equivalent weight of ferrous chromate, gram equivalent weight means their molecular weight by N factor, molecular weight of this is 224 by 7, weight is, why you are writing 89.6 by, that is 89.6% only pure, that is 89.6 by 100 into how much? 25 gram. This is the weight of the ferrous chromate, and gram equivalent weight, their molecular weight by N factor. N factor for that is 7 into 1000. Why sir? That is milliequivalents. Okay, then volume. Okay, after doing so, the volume, okay, you are getting. After doing so, the volume you will get that 350 ml, 350 ml. Okay, after calculation all the things, you will get that volume is equal to 350 ml. I think understood. So, here in this problem, the complications are calculation of N factor. Number 2, percentage, they given percentage of purity, from that the original weight of the ferrous oxalate, ferrous chromate present. Now you go for the next question. Yes, a sample containing 0.496 gram of ammonium oxalate and inert material was dissolved in water and made strongly alkaline with KOH, which converts into ammonium into ammonia. That indirectly indicates that milliequivalents of ammonium oxalate is equal to milliequivalents of ammonia. Yes or no? The milliequivalents of ammonium oxalate is equal to milliequivalents of ammonia formed. The liberated ammonia was distilled into exactly 50 ml this H2SO4. Okay? The excess H2SO4 was back titrated with 10 ml of 0.1 MnAOH. Whatever it is, that milliequivalents of ammonia is equal to milliequivalents of H2SO4 used or reacted. So, they have added, the liberated ammonia was distilled exactly with this H2SO4. The excess H2SO4 was back titrated, that means leftover. First of all, given how much, unused is how much, if you know, automatically milliequivalents of H2SO4 used you can know. So, milliequivalents of H2SO4 given is equal to 50 into 0.05 into 2. Why? They given in molarity, that is 50 into 0.05 into 2. Yes or no students? 50 into 0.05 into 2, molarity into n factor into volume. 52s are 100, 100 into 0.05, 5. 5 milli equivalents of H2SO4 was given. The excess H2SO4, leftover H2SO4 was back titrated with this one. And milli equivalents of H2SO4 left. Milli equivalents of H2SO4 left is equal to milli equivalents of sodium hydroxide. Milli equivalents of sodium hydroxide. Yes. Milli equivalents of left H2SO4 equal to milli equivalents of sodium hydroxide. Already milli equivalents of sodium hydroxide is equal to how much? 0.1 into 10 into 1. Why? Molarity, n factor into its molarity into n factor into volume. 10 into 1, 1. 1 into 10, what is the 10 into 0.1? 1. 1 milli equivalent. Therefore, milli equivalents of H2SO4 used, milli equivalents of H2SO4 used, okay, 5, you see sir, 5 2s are 10, 10 into 5 5s are 25, 5 5s are 25, 25 2s are 50. That is the milli equivalents of H2SO4 used is 5 minus 1, that is equal to 4. Milli equivalents of H2SO4 used is equal to 4. Now you know milli equivalents of H2SO4 used, which is equal to milli equivalents of ammonia, which is equal to milli equivalents of ammonium oxalate. So now milli equivalents of ammonium oxalate is equal to 4. Milli equivalents of ammonium oxalate is 4. Okay, so milli equivalence formula, weight by its gram equivalent weight into 1000 is equal to 4. Yes or no? Weight by gram equivalent weight of what is it? Ammonium oxalate is equal to 62 into 1000 is equal to 4. Then weight of what is it? Weight of ammonium oxalate is equal to 0.248. Weight of ammonium oxalate I got 0.248. But they asked you percentage of ammonium oxalate. Then percentage of ammonium oxalate is equal to weight 0.248. The total fare of ammonium oxalate supplied, that is 0.496 into 100, that is equal to 2 times 250 times, that is 50% purity. Percentage of purity. Percentage of purity is equal to 50%. What I have done in this problem? Ammonium oxalate in milli equivalence equal to milli equivalence of ammonia liberated. Milli equivalence of ammonia liberated is nothing but milli equivalence of H2SO4 used. To know milli equivalence of H2SO4 or the reacted milli H2SO4, I have titrated with sodium hydroxide with the excess H2SO4. So the excess H2SO4, unreacted H2SO4, okay, I want to find out that unreacted H2SO4 equal to milli equivalence of sodium hydroxide. I got both of them 5 minus 1 4, that is milli equivalence of oxalate is equal to 4. Why? Milli equivalence of H2SO4 used is equal to milli equivalence of oxalate. From that I got that. Milli equivalence formula, weight by gram equivalent weight, that is called number of equivalents in 2000, like that I got. Okay. This is about the 24th question. Now you go for the next question, student. A 1 gram sample of pyrolusite, that is MnO2, containing was dissolved in a concentrated HCl solution. Liberated chlorine was passed through concentrated Ki solution. A pyrolusite ore containing MnO2 was dissolved in a concentrated HCl solution. Okay, HCl solution with MnO2 which produces chlorine and passed through a concentrated Ki solution releasing I2. Okay, concentrated HCl solution and liberated chlorine was passed through a concentrated Ki solution Cl2 plus Ki which liberated iodine. Okay, the liberated iodine required this much of sodium thiosulfate, that is iodine plus Na2S2O3 gives rise NaI plus Na2S4O6. Okay, and mass percentage of MnO2 in the given sample. First of all, this ore when treated with HCl produces chlorine. This chlorine when treated with potassium iodide produces iodine. The iodine to estimate I am treating with hypo. Simply, finally, I can write one important point. Milliequivalence of MnO2 is equal to milliequivalence of hypo. Is it correct or not? Milliequivalence of MnO2 equal to milliequivalence of chlorine. Milliequivalence of chlorine equal to milliequivalence of iodine. Milliequivalence of iodine equal to milliequivalence of hypo. Indirectly, both are equal to each other. A plus B gives rise C plus D. C plus D gives rise E plus F. E plus F gives rise G plus H. That is, milliequivalences are equalizing together. So, milliequivalence of MnO2, yes, that is they asked you mass percentage, yes or no, that is weight by gram equivalent weight into 1000. Milliequivalence of MnO2 weight by gram equivalent weight to 1000 is equal to, what is that? Hypo. Hypo solution they given everything 16 into 1.25 into 1. N factor for hypo already we have discussed this one in so many classes. Here for your convenience once again I am writing Na2S2O3 become Na2S4O6. Yes or no? Here Na2 plus 2, 3 2s are minus 6, here is plus 4 and each one is plus 2. Each sulfur is plus 2. Okay. Okay, I am sorry. So, here sodium is plus 2, for 12 minus 12, then it become plus 10, then each sulfur is 5 by 2. 10 by 4 means 5 by 2. So, the total sulfurs are 2, then N factor 2 into 5 by 2 minus 2 into 2, that is 5 minus 4, 1. Understood? 2 into 5 by 2. Sir, do not take 4. The per molecule of Na2S2O3 how many sulfurs? 2. In the product side also should be 2. 2 into 5 by 2 minus 2 into 2, that is equal to 1. That is 5 minus 4 equal to 1. This is the way you can calculate the N factor for this. So, I do not need of this N factor now. Now, you see, okay. So, 1.25 into 1. Why? Milliliter, molarity into volume into N factor. You will get that weight by gram equivalent weight. Gram equivalent weight is equal to 87 by 2. That is weight by 87 by 2 into 1000 is equal to 16 into 1.25. Yes or no? After doing so that, you will get that weight is equal to 0.87. After doing that, you are getting that weight is equal to 0.87. But the percentage of purity, that is percentage of purity is equal to, you got 0.87 is the MnO2 weight, but the given is 1 into 100, that is equal to 87 percentage. So, the purity of the substance is 87 percentage will be present. Sir, why do you put 2? N factor for MnO2, Mn is plus 2, that is the change is MnO2 N factor is equal to plus 2. Got my point? Like that, that is become MnCl2, okay, plus 2, 2 minus of 4, yes, Nana, MnO2 become MnCl2, here plus 4, here is plus 2, 2 minus of 4 is equal to 2, okay, like that will happen. That is the reason why you can write as N factor 2. Okay. So, that n factor of MnO2 have taken as 2. Have substituted, like that you will get the answer. Here the logic is how many reactions are taking place. While you are equating like that, one should be remember that the n factors of the equivalent, that is n factor of MnO2 we are going to equate this, n factor of this, n factor, all the n factors should be same. If n factors are not same, we are going to make their equivalence. Okay. Now you go for the next question, student. Yes, V1 ml of sodium hydroxide molarity X, V2 ml of barium hydroxide molarity Y are mixed together. V1 ml of sodium hydroxide molarity X, V2 ml of barium hydroxide molarity Y are mixed together. The mixture is completely neutralized by 100 ml 0.1 HCl. So, milli equivalence of given HCl is equal to 100 into 0.1, that is equal to 10. Milli equivalence of given HCl is equal to 10. So, the sodium hydroxide and barium hydroxide both are mixed together and they are neutralized by HCl. Okay, they given one clue, this is nothing is there, V1 by V2 is equal to 1 by 4, X by Y is equal to 4. Okay, then what fraction of acid neutralized by barium hydroxide? What fraction of acid? That means let us say, K milli equivalence of, okay, K milli equivalence of acid used to neutralize, K milli equivalence of acid is used to neutralize, what is that? Barium hydroxide. K milli equivalence of acid used to neutralize barium hydroxide. If K milli equivalents are used for barium hydroxide, mean milli equivalence of barium hydroxide is equal to K. Milli equivalence of barium hydroxide used is equal to milli equivalence of what is that barium hydroxide they given? V2 into X, that is equal to V2 into X. Yes. Why? Milli equivalence of acid used and milli equivalence of barium hydroxide equal to milli equivalence of acid. Milli equivalence of acid used is K. Milli equivalence of barium hydroxide X into V2, sorry, V2 ml kada. Here Y. Why? Molarity Y into V2 into 2. Why? Barium hydroxide n factor 2, barium hydroxide volume V2, molarity Y. That is nothing but 2YV2 is equal to K. You have one relation. If K milli equivalents are used to neutralize barium hydroxide, then what is the milli equivalence of acid used to neutralize sodium hydroxide? Milli equivalence of acid to neutralize sodium hydroxide is equal to total acid is 10, used to barium hydroxide is K, that is equal to 10 minus K. So, milli equivalence of acid is equal to milli equivalence of sodium hydroxide. Milli equivalence of acid used is 10 minus K, milli equivalence of sodium hydroxide V1 n factor 1 into volume is X molarity. Then V1x is equal to 10 minus K. V1x equal to 10 minus K. Okay, now 2yV2 is equal to K. What is the point they asked you? What fraction of acid neutralized by barium hydroxide? That is, what fraction of acid? K is the milli equivalence of acid to neutralize barium hydroxide. Total acid is K plus 10 minus K. Yes or no? This is K is the milli equivalence of acid used to neutralize barium hydroxide by total equivalence of acid. This is nothing but fraction of acid neutralized by barium hydroxide. fraction of acid neutralized by barium hydroxide mean acid neutralized for barium hydroxide by total acid. Total acid is equal to 10. Is it correct or not? Got it? Now K. What is K meaning? 2yV2. Sir, why don't you write 10, sir? I can write 10, but no use. K. Again, K is nothing but 2yV2 plus 10 minus K. 10 minus K is equal to V1x. That is the logic I am using here. Now, this value is equal to 2yV2 by 2yV2 plus V1. V1 is equal to V1 by V2 is equal to 1 by 4. Then V1 is equal to V2 by 4 into x. X relation x by y is equal to 4y. Then x equal to 4y. 4 cancel. Then 2yV2 plus y2V2, that is equal to K by what is that? Total milli equivalence is equal to what is that? 2yV2 plus 2yV2, that is 2yV2 by 3yV2, that is equal to 2 by 3. 2 by 3 is equal to 0.67. Yes, I got the answer. Everybody carefully observe the logic. The question is that the fraction of acid neutralized by barium hydroxide. The fraction of acid neutralized is already what is the fraction of milli equivalents or milli equivalents of acid used for barium hydroxide? K. The total milli equivalence equal to 10. K by 10. Yes, K by 10 is equal to 2 by 3 I got. So, logically we are going here. So, first given milli equivalence I calculated. Let us K is the milli equivalence of acid used to neutralize barium hydroxide. Then milli equivalence of base equal to milli equivalence of acid. Milli equivalence of base equal to barium hydroxide, which equal to K. Milli equivalence of acid is equal to K. Milli equivalence of base equal to 2yV2. Then 2yV2 equal to K. If you are not understanding there, I will change that also. You see once. What I said? Milli equivalence of barium hydroxide is equal to milli equivalence of HCl. Milli equivalence of HCl used for this K. Milli equivalence of barium hydroxide 2 into Y into V2. 2 n factor Y molarity V2 mLs. Then 2Y by 2 is equal to K. I have applied like that. Now you go for the next question, student. Yes. 0.518 gram sample of limestone is dissolved in HCl and then the calcium precipitated as calcium oxalate. After filtering and washing the precipitate, it requires, precipitate mean calcium oxalate, requires 40 ml 0.250 kMnO4 solution acidified with sulfuric acid to titrate as like this. The percentage of CaO in the sample. Here you please observe that milli equivalence of limestone is equal to milli equivalence of calcium oxalate. Milli equivalence of calcium oxalate, which is equal to after washing and precipitating with that is milli equivalence of KMnO4. Yes or no? Milli equivalence of limestone equal to milli equivalence of calcium oxalate, which is equal to milli equivalence of KMnO4. That means, so milli equivalence of limestone equal to milli equivalence of KMnO4. I have the logic this. Yes, I have milli equivalence of KMnO4 40 into 0.250. Okay na? 40, 25 4s are 100. 100 ante that is equal to we are getting 10. That is totally we are getting 1000. 1, 2, 3 that is equal to 10 I got. Okay, that is milli equivalence of KMnO4 equal to milli equivalence of calcium oxalate, which is equal to milli equivalence of limestone. Sir, limestone will give what is that? Which is equal to milli equivalence of calcium oxide. Yes or no? Why? CaCO3 gives rise CaO plus CO2. So milli equivalence of limestone equal to milli equivalence of calcium oxide. You got the milli equivalence. So milli equivalence of calcium oxide is equal to 10 you got. Now what is the question? The percentage of CaO in the sample. The total value you know 0.518. Yes or no? 0.518. First you calculate milli equivalents, weight by gram equivalent weight. Gram equivalent weight mean 56 by 2 into 1000 is equal to 10. 10 hundreds are. Is it right? That is weight is equal to 20 by 100. That is equal to 0.28 grams. You got weight is equal to 0.28 grams. Then percentage is equal to, percentage of purity is equal to, the weight I got is 0.28 out of 0.518 into 100. Okay, into 100 you will get the answer A, that is equal to 54 point. Actually you are getting the answer 54.05 percentage. You got the answer. Simple logic. The limestone dissolved, and the milli equivalence of limestone is nothing but milli equivalence of calcium oxalate. Milli equivalence of calcium oxalate equal to milli equivalence of KMnO4. I got milli equivalence of KMnO4, normality into volume 10. So that milli equivalence of limestone is nothing but milli equivalence of lime. Yes, that is calcium oxide is equal to milli equivalence means weight by gram equivalent weight into 1000, 56 by 2, why Ca plus 2 O minus 2. That I got that, likely I got the answer. Now you go for the next problem. Yes, a mixed solution of potassium hydroxide and sodium carbonate. It's like NaOH, it's like sodium carbonate. Required 15 ml of N by 20 HCl solution when titrated with phenolphthalein as indicator. But the same amount of the solution when titrated with methyl orange as an indicator required 25 ml of the same acid. Here you observe that he was not mentioned same titration, that is it is a individual double titration. So the amount of KOH present in the solution. Now we are to go for individual, what is that, titrations. Individual titration principle. In the first problem same titration principle we have used. Now we are using individual titration at phenolphthalein indicator endpoint. Phenolphthalein indicator endpoint. If we use phenolphthalein indicator endpoint, milli equivalence of acid, which acid they used? HCl is equal to, yet HCl phenolphthalein indicator, base, highest base, that is why phenolphthalein is in which color? Pink color. Okay, it becomes colorless, it become sodium carbonate becomes sodium bicarbonate because 7.3. Yes or no? That is milli equivalence of KOH, complete neutralization takes place, of milli equivalence of Na2CO3 will takes place. I am sorry, better to write like this instead of that. First only use this one, that is let us say milli equivalence of KOH as X, milli equivalence of Na2CO3 taken as Y. Now at phenolphthalein indicator endpoint, according to that milli equivalence of HCl is equal to milli equivalence of KOH plus milli equivalence of milli equivalence, because at phenolphthalein indicator half of the neutralization of Na2CO3, complete neutralization of KOH will take place. How much? 15 ml, that is 15 into what is that 1 by 20 is equal to X plus Y by 2, that is 5 3s are 5 4s are, that is 3 by 4 is equal to 2x plus y by 2, that is equal to 3 by 2 is equal to I will write as 2x plus y. You got it not? 3 by 4 and that is 3 by 2 is equal to 2x plus y. That is equation 1. Now second one, what is that? At methyl orange indicator endpoint. Methyl orange indicator endpoint. What happened? It is a individual titration or the same titration? Same titration, the solution is going to be titrate. but it is a individual titration. Again sodium hydroxide is present, sorry, again potassium hydroxide is present, again sodium carbonate is present. Then milliequivalence of HCl is equal to, what is that? Milliequivalence of KOH plus complete neutralization of Y, both will take place. Milliequivalence of HCl used is 25 ml n by 20, that is 25 into 1 by 20 is equal to X plus Y. 5 5s are 5 4s are, that is 5 by 4 is equal to X plus Y. 5 by 4 is equal to X plus Y you got, 3 by 2 is equal to 2X plus Y you got. You want what is that? The amount of KOH present in the solution. You want X value, yes or no? Subtract, okay, 1 minus 1, that is, this is equation 1 and this is equation 2. You are subtracting both of them. Here y and y cancel, 2x minus x, that is equal to x. Okay, then 3 by 2 minus 5 by 4, 3 by 2 minus 5 by 4, that is equal to 4, that is equal to 6 minus 1, 1 by 4 x, then x is equal to 0.25. Yes or no? X you got that 0.25. Why nana? That is 2x minus x, y get cancelled, 3 by 2 minus 5 by 4, that is equal to 6 minus 5, that is equal to 1 by 4. 1 by 4 is nothing but 0.25. Yes. You got milliequivalence of whom? Milliequivalence of KOH you got is equal to 0.25. They asked you the amount of KOH present in the solution. So, you want the amount of KOH present in the solution. Amount formula is equal to, weight is equal to normality into equivalent weight into volume in liters. You substitute normality. Okay, first you calculate normality, then it is better to easy to do that. So, you calculate milliequivalence, normality into volume is equal to 1 by 4. At anywhere you can write. Okay, anyway you can write. That is 1 by 4, 1 by 4, okay. Then normality is equal to volume. A mixed solution of potassium hydroxide and sodium carbonate required 15 ml of this one when titrated with phenolphthalein as indicator. The same amount of the solution titrated, the amount of KOH present in the solution. They asked directly na, potassium hydroxide not given, okay, the amount of KOH. So weight by gram equivalent weight. So milliequivalence directly you apply. He was not mentioned, na? That is volume of the solution, a mixture of potassium hydroxide and sodium carbonate, that means he was not mentioned the volume of the solution. If not mentioned, yes, weight by gram equivalent weight into 1000 is equal to 0.25. Yes, I can use like this. After doing so, you will get the answer 0.014 gram. Why? He was not mentioned the solution mixture. If he mentioned normality into equivalent weight into volume, but not mentioned, that is why weight by gram equivalent weight into 1000 is equal to 0.25. Then I got that answer 0.014 gram. Understood, student? So these are the questions regarding the double titration as well as some different types of back titration, iodometry, all types of different example we have covered in this session. Okay, thank you very much, students.